Martell Holt had a plan. A plan that fans now say was his boldest and most desperate move yet. He wanted Arionne Curry, the woman who played a huge role in breaking up his marriage, to become the new star of the show. But that plan backfired, and OWN executives shut it down completely. The idea of bringing Arionne front and center may have sounded like a way to shake things up, but it quickly became clear that it would sink the show even further. Viewers are exhausted, fans are speaking out, and production insiders are hinting that the network has had enough. For many loyal fans who have followed the journey since the beginning, the show used to feel like a mix of drama, family, and growth. But somewhere along the way, the direction shifted. It became less about building and more about tearing down. Instead of healing, there were fights. Instead of inspiration, there was confusion. People wanted to see resolution, but what they got was recycled arguments and cast members doing the most just to stay relevant. One viewer said it perfectly on social media: "If Arionne is Martell's main storyline, why is he even here?" That's the reality fans are waking up to. Martell's entire presence seems to revolve around Arionne, and without her, he doesn't have much to bring. This is the core of the problem. Martell hasn't shown active co-parenting. He hasn't presented solid business ventures that last. He hasn't demonstrated real growth. What he has shown is chaos, flashbacks of past mistakes, and a repeated attempt to control the narrative by dragging Arionne into the picture. The result? The energy of the show has shifted from messy but entertaining to downright draining. Longtime fans can feel the difference. They know when a storyline is authentic, and they know when something is being forced. The overexposure of side characters hasn't helped either. This season, Ken and Trish have dominated the screen with more airtime than the Fletchers, the Whitlows, or even Maurice and Kimmy. While their drama might bring some heat, fans say it feels forced, like production is desperately trying to save ratings by pushing new faces instead of building on the original cast. Instead of organic storylines, it feels like patchwork. And when you combine that with Martell's attempts to insert Arionne into the spotlight, the show begins to look less like a series about marriage and more like a never-ending cycle of pettiness. Social media tells the story best. Fans have taken to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to vent their frustration. They are tired of fake redemption arcs. They are tired of being gaslit into believing the same drama is new when it is clearly recycled. They are tired of watching Martell play the victim while still holding on to Arionne as his lifeline. What was once entertaining has become exhausting. And fans are not shy about saying that if Arionne ever became an official cast member, it would be the final nail in the coffin. But this issue goes deeper than just screen time. OWN executives are reportedly concerned about the entire direction of the show. Anonymous sources close to production have hinted that the network feels the storylines have become too toxic. What was once marketed as an inspirational reality show is now a parade of negativity. Executives are allegedly worried that the original purpose has been lost. The show no longer celebrates healing or black excellence. Instead, it highlights betrayal, recycled fights, and chaos that feels more destructive than entertaining. If things don't change soon, there's even talk that the network might pull the plug altogether. Imagine that for a moment. No final reunion. No last words from Melody. No accountability for Martell. No closure for fans who have invested years into watching these families navigate life. Just an abrupt end to a show that once dominated Saturday nights. That's the possibility fans are now facing. And it all circles back to the same question: what happened? One answer is that the show lost trust. Viewers no longer believe in the storylines being shown. They feel betrayed because the focus shifted away from authentic family dynamics and toward manufactured drama. One fan described it perfectly: it's like watching your favorite cousin go from being the strong one to the messy one in the group chat. The disappointment runs deep. People didn't sign up for endless reruns of Martell's chaos with Arionne. They signed up for a story of growth, redemption, and real change. And then there are the cryptic posts from cast members. Melody posted a quote saying, "Sometimes the silence speaks louder than the noise." She didn't tag the show, didn't repost any promos, and made it clear that her energy was elsewhere. Stormy posted in a now-deleted story, "Y'all don't even know half of what we deal with behind the scenes." Destiny liked a comment that suggested things had gone too far. These little hints paint a picture of a cast that is tired, disconnected, and no longer invested in the same way they once were. The cracks are showing, both on-screen and off, and here's the most important twist: reports are saying that Melody might be getting her own solo show. A platform away from Martell, away from the cast drama, and away from the toxicity. The new show would focus on motherhood, entrepreneurship, and healing. It would give Melody the chance to tell her story without the constant shadow of Martell or the chaos of Arionne. If this becomes reality, it could be the fresh start fans have been waiting for. And it would leave Martell's attempts to bring Arionne into the spotlight looking even more desperate, because let's be real, without Arionne, Martell doesn't have much of a storyline left. He hasn't shown consistent growth. His business ventures never seem to stick. His co-parenting has been questioned time and time again. And instead of focusing on personal development, he keeps falling back on the same tired pattern, using Arionne's presence to create chaos. But OWN executives have made it clear they are not interested in turning her into a star. They see the backlash. They hear the complaints. And they know that giving Arionne the spotlight would drive even more viewers away. Fans also point to the editing this season as proof that something isn't right. Scenes feel chopped up. Important conversations get cut. Key cast members are barely seen. It feels like production is trying to force certain narratives while hiding others. But the audience isn't blind. They can see through the tricks. And the result is a storyline that feels broken. At this point, many fans believe the show is walking on its last legs. Ratings may still hold, but fan fatigue is real. People are watching out of habit, not excitement. They are waiting for change, waiting for growth, waiting for something new. But every season, they are met with the same cycle. Martell gaslighting Melody, Arionne's name being thrown around, and viewers left frustrated. So where does the show go from here? Some think this entire season is a testing ground. A way to experiment with new formats, new faces, and new directions. There's even speculation that the show could move fully into digital platforms, cutting traditional cable and relying on streaming instead. That might keep the franchise alive, but it would require a complete overhaul. The fluff would have to be cut. The recycled drama would have to stop. And the stories would need to feel authentic again. What fans want is simple. They want resolution. They want growth. They want to see cast members evolve, not repeat the same mistakes. They want accountability, not excuses. And most of all, they want to feel like their time is being respected. They don't want Arionne shoved into the spotlight as Martell's lifeline. They don't want fake arcs that pretend to be about healing while delivering nothing but chaos. They want something real. At the end of the day, Martell's plan to make Arionne the star has been denied because fans don't want it, executives don't want it, and the show cannot survive it. The energy around Arionne is not entertaining anymore, it is draining. And the network knows that if they gamble on her, they could lose everything. The bigger picture here is that Martell is running out of options. His storyline is wearing thin. His attempts to control the narrative are backfiring. And while Melody is moving forward with new opportunities, he is stuck repeating the same mistakes. The refusal to grow, the refusal to let go, and the refusal to build something meaningful has left him in the same place he's been for years. Fans see it. Production sees it. And now the executives are stepping in to make sure his last plan doesn't destroy the entire show. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Martell's plan to make Arionne the star has failed. The fans have spoken, the network has made its decision, and the show will not survive if it continues to rely on the same tired tricks. The question now is simple: will Martell finally find a way to move forward, or will he keep clinging to a storyline that everyone else has already moved past?